Hey everybody, Brock Boyd, CMI, and today I want to talk to opportunity seekers about pursuing positions that are stretches given the background and what the requirements are for the position. And so an example of a stretch might be someone who's been in a particular field, let's say in mortgage sales or pharmaceutical or medical equipment sales, that wants to convert over to software sales after 10, 15, 20 years in that industry. That being a stretch because the software sales roles, especially the kind of mid to senior software sales roles, they're looking for people who are coming from the same space, so selling similar products to similar organizations. That particular scenario, when you're looking to make that big of a stretch, and another example would be someone who doesn't have any leadership experience but wants to move into a leadership role. Those big stretches are best done through personal contacts, former coworkers that can really get the ear of the hiring manager because they work right down the hall from them, and rolling up your sleeves and really kind of grinding as opposed to just seeing positions posted online and sending your resume. As a third-party recruiter, we would say always send your resume. We always want to see someone's background and see if we're working on anything that might be a fit. But when you're applying to positions online, what you need to realize is they're getting a ton of candidates applying to those positions. And if your background looks pretty far from the background that they're looking for and or pretty far away from what the position itself is, you're unlikely to get attention simply by submitting your resume, and applying for the job that way. You're gonna have to roll up your sleeves, try to find individuals that you can email directly and or call directly to try to get yourself into a conversation about that opportunity. So it's a stretch, it's gonna be difficult, you're gonna have to work at it and work hard, possibly over a period of time. And third-party recruiters are a lot of times not the best avenue if it's a really big stretch, meaning our clients are coming to us looking for people who do check most or all of the boxes that they're looking for. And so they don't want us to bring someone who's got 10, 20 years of experience that's not relevant to their industry and what they're looking for. They're looking for us to bring people who have got 10 plus years of experience that is relevant. So similarly, selling similar products into similar people. Again, as third-party recruiters, we'd always like to see the resumes and figure out if we've got something that might fit. But we are not generally able to help people make that big of a stretch, especially in the current market conditions that we've been in for the last 18 months, which that does have an impact on it. Now, where we as third-party recruiters can help a lot is when a company's got 150 people who applied to a position and your background does match the position. We can help you get to the top and get noticed more quickly because we're actually going to evaluate the candidate's background comparatively to and compare that to what the client said that they're looking for and what's most important to them in a candidate, not just background but also kind of stylistically and culture fit and that sort of thing. And then we can help someone rise to the top and get noticed more quickly that way. We can also help with things like if the client thinks that they want a minimum of 10 years, but we spoke to someone who's got only 5 years, but we know that this is someone who checks the boxes for the client and has been extremely successful in a selling capacity overall. We can help the client to see that it makes sense to take a look at that person, and then you have the opportunity to sell yourself potentially into that role at that point. But some of the really, really big stretches when it comes to background mismatches, again, like coming from a totally different industry, looking to move into leadership when someone doesn't have leadership experience, or another example would be somebody who's been selling into commercial their whole career and wants to switch into federal sales. Some of those are a lot tougher for us because our client's expectation is they do want to see us bringing them people who check most of those boxes. And we'd always love to hear from everybody and see if there's anything we're working on that might be a fit. But when it's a really big stretch, some of the best avenues are going to be your personal contacts, prior coworkers, and really rolling up your sleeves and trying to force yourself to get in front of the hiring manager in terms of at least a phone conversation, by getting email addresses and reaching out directly, and getting phone numbers and reaching out directly, as opposed to just simply applying to a job online. That's it for this week. Happy hunting.